Hello everyone, this is me Anushri Das welcoming you all to Upskill India and thanking you for selecting the platform and your purchase for this course of Complete Guide for Startup. In these 16 modules, I am going to tell you and explain you everything right from how to join and select your idea for a startup to launching your product and everything that is necessary. You have opted for this course. That means I'm pretty sure you are a very creative person. For this, the course consists of the ways and structure that can be used for every startup. These are available to you on an unlimited format and can be used whenever required. Enjoy the 16 modules that you have been given, and I am sure enough that this session will help you definitely to kickstart your vision that you have created for your startup and have to bring it into reality whenever you want it. The course will consist of will be of the explanation and thoughts and views of my personal experience. It will mostly consist of the thoughts and the explanation. So the best way to learn it is to pay attention and to take personal notes apart from it, so that the things that you feel are important are kept with you and is necessary. The reason I want you all to do it is because only when you pay attention and take notes, it gets instilled right into your mind and it's the right manner. Otherwise, if you just listen or not write anything, you will get lost as soon as the session gets finished, just having or hearing and watching it off or listening to it. So I want you all to be present to it and listen very carefully every day, as it is a very long session of 16 modules and everything that is required. It's the last or the least thing you can afford for it. So giving you all, if you want it and have a good journey in the course of startup. Good luck, and let us start with the first module of this course, that is the introduction. Yes, so we have made the decision to start our own business. Yeah, for that, congratulations at first. So we can enjoy the ranks of the successful Indian companies or the business owners. But with all the journey, it begins with a plan. Yes, a plan is very necessary whenever we think of something new or something out of the box. A careful crafted a business plan. So, each chapter or each module in this course is devoted or is explained the ways that are necessary for analyzing, explaining, and whenever and wherever possible, thinking of the minute details that are required. Making it entertaining is an important concept relating to business plans. The chapter or the modules that have further been divided into topics and range from why we need to have a plan to what to do with it, or when can we finish it, or anything else that doesn't needs to be involved. We will learn techniques for featuring our break even ratio and tips for approaching the potential investors. We will hear stories about the business plans of famous entrepreneurs and even learn how even entrepreneurs who admit that they do not write plans willingly, at least. So, along the way, we will find sprinkled definitions of important terms, contact information of useful resources, warnings of specially common or serious mistakes, and pointers to stir us in the right direction. When we are finished reading or listening all the things that we are going to encounter in the coming course, we will be prepared to write a sound, comprehensive, convincing plan for almost any business. Whether it is a brand new startup or an existing company. More important is, however, we will be the owner of it through thoroughly prepared mind, and just we need the slightest nod from good fortune to proceed. So, following it chapter to chapter or from topic to topic, we can use it as a summary for this course. The topics are intended to be memorized and kept in notes in sequence with exercises and many worksheets and samples to be studied and completed and examined along with the way. So, if after finishing we need more help with a particular session, then the course topics or each modules can be reviewed as self-contained tutorials on the particular things that we can include. So the topics that it will include, I am just telling it in a summary, like we can consider it to be the contents or the agenda of the full course of this startup guidelines. So the first agenda will be business plan specifics. Yes, so it shows that there are many compelling answers to it. So why write a business plan? Yes, it explores the basic definition of business plan and when and why we write one. So the next one that we can see in the content or think of, or the topic that we will be discussing, is money hunt. Writing a business plan in an activity closely tied to an idea of raising money for a startup business. This chapter or this topic doesn't examine sources of funding, and it tells and explains how business plans can be used to help an entrepreneur obtain financing from the most commonly used sources. Third, the big picture. Yes, one of the most important purpose of a business plan is to evaluate a business chances for the success. This topic shows how to use a plan to see if a new venture is likely to achieve the desired result. Next, set your course or the things that is required. No two plans are same, but they are all to follow similar routes to be created or for the creation. This topic tells how to navigate the major steps, including determining our personal goals and objectives and how they are figured in planning. It also provides a first brief look at the major plan elements: executive summary, management, product service and marketing, operations, and financial data, along with a brief explanation of each of it. Next, match game. We are unique, and in all likelihood, so is our plans or the plan that we have selected. Plans differ among industries from one thing, and they have also been different purposes. We want to pick the general type of plan, yes, that fits our needs and our company. This topic explains how to do that as well as present descriptions of the major types of plans like working plans, mini plans, and presentations. Next, we can say, like, sum it up. The executive plan is the most important part of the plan or the business plan. This topic tells us why we are thinking of it and in details exactly what should we go into, and in a well convinced Summary. Next, teamwork. This section of our business plan, where we describe our management team, is likely to be one of the first readers to turn on. We will need to explain what each member of our team does. How do we plan to grow it if necessary, and how we advise them, or the advisors that we have it, how to execute their suggestions. Next, announcing about it. Most entrepreneurs really enjoy describing the products or services that are really reason why they have started their startup. Business reasons for being it. This topic tells how to see or how the channel that enthusiasm into answering the questions of the investors and other plan readers and often asks about it. Next is the field notes. Every business has to make or has to be clear which industry the business operates in. In this topic, we will discuss or describe the state of our industry using market research, trend analysis, and competitive factors to explain why we have picked the industry, whether it's to growing or shrinking, and what makes us this company better. Next, marketing smarts. No matter how great our products are or the services provided, if we don't know how to use it or persuade someone to buy them, our plan will always get short shrift. This marketing strategy primer will tell how to employ the 4 P's of traditional marketing as well as prepare a follow-up marketing plan for the next generation of the products. The work is the next topic. Operations is another area for entrepreneurs. Have trouble mastering enthusiasm for it. As usual, however, the entrepreneurship enthusiasm has to be directed at the right targets if the plan is to achieve maximum impact on the readers or the listeners. This topic tells how to write the operations section for manufacturers, service firms, and retailers with special consideration for each. Next, state our case. The most intimidating part of a business plan. For many entrepreneurs, it is required for the financial statement, including the historical and projected balance sheet, income statements, and cash flow statements. This topic dispels fears by clearly presenting explanation of the major financial statements and analytics ratio, along with instructions on how to prepare them and common pitfalls. Next, extra things that comes in mind. Okay, many plans have important information that does not fit into the major section. This topic tells us what to consider for a plan's appendix, including employees' resume, then product samples, press clippings, and many more. These are the most common ones that should be considered. Then, looking good. Yes, good presentation can be a plan for shining. We need to pick the proper stationery, printing, and design for our plan. We need to make sure that we use charts, graphs, and tables when appropriate without overdoing it. This topic provides straightforward tips for doing that, along with the hints on multimedia presentation and many other things or elements of a plan package, such as how to cover the sheets or how to cover the letters and and many things. Next, helpline. Yes, there is a much or as much information and assistance available in business plan writing as any entrepreneur could hope for. This topic describes some of it and includes software for writing the business plans, books, or any manuals, website, trade groups, and associations, business plans consultant, and even business plan competitions. Next, netting of information. The internet has leveled the playing of the field for business owners in the new millennium. In the old days, we can think of that it was very difficult or even not possible to find business information that would help our business to succeed. Not longer, because the internet has become a wealth of information that is there are for picking and everything we need to know. So we have to take that advantage of the internet to help our business to succeed. Next, the appendices, like we can give some sample business plans. Here we will find sample business plans for 5 every different types of business. Everything from A to Z can be found in these plans, which can be used in a part or in a whole as a module for our own business plan. Let's take in consideration the government listing appendix. What does it provide? It provides contact information for small business development centers, small business ad development centers, administration, district offices, and state economic development departments across the city or the country. Scattered throughout the book or the things that are required in a government readings or the in government's book, we will find various tip boxes. Each will provide us with information which is very useful in a way or different type. Yes, so we can think of that it is a very big thing to get into this startup and everything. But when you have decided to take on, it is a very big and influential decision to be made.